Hello, today we're going to talk about discriminant of quadratics. So here, when I talk about discriminant, it is a tool to determine how many solutions you have in a quadratic. So here's a formula to find the discriminant for each quadratic equations. And please note that d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. I'm hoping that you find that very familiar because that is part of the quadratic formula that we learned last week. Let's review the quadratic formula really quickly. Remember, we have to sing the song. X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, and then note that b squared minus 4ac is right here. So that is not a coincidence because based on the value of b squared minus 4ac, you will be able to determine whether you have two solutions, one solution, or two imaginary solutions. Okay, so if you're wondering why we would know that we will have two imaginary solutions, note that b squared minus 4ac is under a square root. Can you square root a negative number? No. But sometimes we do get a value that is a negative value. So therefore, anytime you get a b squared minus 4ac that is less than 0, so when discriminant is less than 0, we will have irrational imaginary solutions. There's two zeros that are irrational. Sometimes b squared minus 4ac turns out to be just 0. Square root of 0 is just 0, so you have just one real solution. And many cases that we get d is greater than 0, where b squared minus 4ac is a positive solution, positive number. And then when you square root a positive number, you always get two real zeros because it's either plus or minus a square root. Alright, so today we're not going to check for the actual solutions, we're just going to check for how many solutions you will see. So therefore, let's take a look at example 1 right here. So again, to find the discriminant, to find out how many solutions this negative 8x squared plus 8x minus 2 equals 0 will have, we're going to find out by using d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Alright, so in this case, b value is 8, a is negative 8, and c is negative 2. So plug those numbers in. 8 squared minus 4 times negative 8 times negative 2. 8 squared is 64 minus, so 8 times 8, so 64. So that is equal to 0, so d comes out to be 0. Okay, in this case, in this chart, take a look. D is equal to 0, that means you have just one real solution. I'm not saying that 0 is a solution, I'm saying because d is equal to 0, you'll only have one solution. So you have one real 0. Okay, when I say real, I'm talking about real numbers. Okay, again, because when you take a look at that, in the quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac will determine how many solutions you will have. So, example 2. Notice how it's not written in the standard form. So I'm going to rewrite this. X squared minus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. All I did was move this 2x to the other side, so that's equal to 0. My a is 1, b is negative 2, c is equal to negative 4. Again, I'm only going to determine how many solutions, how many zeros I will have for this specific equation. So d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Negative 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 4. 4 plus 16 equal to 20. So the fact that it's equal to 20 is not the most significant, but the fact that it's greater than, the fact that discriminant is greater than 0 is what's important. So if the discriminant is greater than 0, that means inside this square root is going to be a positive number, we will have two real solutions or two real zeros. Okay. All right, example 3. Again, a is equal to 1, b is equal to -4, c is equal to 3. Discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. -4 squared. All I'm doing is simply plugging the numbers back into the equation. 4 times 1 times 3. -4 squared is 16. Minus 12 equal to 4. So d is equal to 4. In other words, d is greater than 0. So given that information, what kind of conclusion can we make? We can tell that we don't know what the solutions are. We don't know what the x is going to be. What we know is that we will have two real solutions. Okay. All right, last but not least, number 4. Again, we are going to simply just determine how many solutions we are going to have. A is equal to 7, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 9. Discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. 2 squared minus 4 times 7 times 9. 4 minus 28 times 9, 7, 25, 252. Alright, can you already tell that d is going to be what? -248. In other words, the discriminant is less than 0. Can you square root a negative number? No, we cannot. Therefore, we can make a conclusion that you will have two irrational or imaginary solutions. And if you're wondering why you would still have two imaginary solutions, is because in the quadratic formula, x is equal to -b plus or minus. That's indicating that there will be two solutions, whatever this value is. The only reason why number 1 had just one solution is because if this is 0, whether you add a 0, okay, let's try this. So if this value is 0, whether you add a 0 or subtract a 0, is that going to give you two different solutions? No. So therefore, the only way that you have this one solution for a quadratic equation is when the d is equal to 0, the discriminant is equal to 0. Okay, and that is it for today. Again, please don't hesitate to email me or leave a comment or join me on Fridays for Google Meets. All right. Please stay healthy. Please stay happy. And I'm hoping to see you all soon.